Is there such a thing as the perfect getaway? I spent 2 months on Thailand's prettiest island to find out. And this is the story. Koh Lipe is a tiny island in Thailand's Satun province, next to the border with Malaysia. It's not the easiest place to get to, but if you do make the journey, you will, most likely, find it to be worth it. Koh Lipe is, hands down, the best island I've ever been to. But it's not the beauty, the beaches, and the bungalows. There is something special here that may just keep you coming back. So we will not be talking about the best beach bars to go to and where to eat the best tom yum. Instead, we'll take a deeper look at what island life may feel like here. It all starts here, with the water. It's the first thing you will see when your long-tail boat docks by the island. You will hopefully be barefoot, so you will hop off the boat right into the Indian Ocean. And this is when you will know why they call Koh Lipe the Maldives of Thailand. The water surrounding the island is a very memorable peacock blue color, but the most interesting thing about it is that the color will change with every subtle shift in the weather, and if you're lucky, you may get to swim in a different sea every day you're on Koh Lipe. The sand on the island is also from the idyllic playbook. It's a very gentle milky white color that clashes beautifully with the blue of the water, making for dreamlike pictures like these. The whole color scheme of the island is like an AI-designed visual meditation, and you may find yourself sitting on the beach for hours just watching all these colors mix. Koh Lipe is home to sea gypsies, Chao Lei in Thai. Sea gypsies historically settled along the coastline of the Andaman Sea, and for most of the year they lived on hand-built wooden boats sailing between the islands. Today, fishing remains one of the main activities on Koh Lipe, but the Chao Lei also run shops and restaurants, work as guides and diving instructors. And as you walk around the island, you get to peek into their everyday lives, hopefully without being too intrusive. Every day as we walked to the beach, we were able to catch glimpses of what island life is really like, beyond resorts and seafood dinners. And I think this is exactly what has allowed me to build a unique connection with this island, and eventually led me to making this video. I got to see people who lived on the island open their shops in the morning and play with their kids after work. And this has made life on Koh Lipe for me very real, very unlike a typical vacation. Yet another great thing about life on a small island is that it's pretty much self-organizing. You don't have to worry about planning your day as you would somewhere else. Your morning starts with the beach, then you head for a spicy lunch at the local cafe. Then you take a break or go on a hike or replenish your mosquito repellent supply on the island's only shopping street. Finally, most people would conclude their day with a short swim and seeing off the sunset on Sunset Beach. This may seem boring, but it can also be a great way to free up some mind space that's usually occupied with planning and just commit to island life. Now, I keep saying that Koh Lipe is a really small island, but it's a small island with a lot to do. First, there is the beach, 5 beaches to be exact, each with a very distinct personality. So there is Pattaya Beach. This is the first beach you will see when you arrive in Koh Lipe. This is where the boats dock, and this is your introduction to the island. It gets busy here. Fishermen come to sort their catch of the day, and new islanders arrive here in the mornings. There is also a local school just a short walk off Pattaya Beach, and that's quite a childhood. Pattaya Beach is a great destination to take photos with long-tail boats and the best place on the island to go snorkeling. The bottom of the sea here is very rocky, but apparently this is what colorful fish like. To swim here, you will need a pair of water shoes. Next up is Sanam Beach. This is a small beach, just a short walk from Pattaya Beach. It's probably one of the most secluded beaches on the island. It has lots of shade, trees, and a bunch of friendly dogs to keep you company. There is only one problem. During the low season, when a lot of resorts are closed, the area is very hard to clean. So in addition to stunning views and blue water, you may find a generous amount of plastic washed up on the shore. Sunrise Beach. Just as the name suggests, this is a great place to see the sunrise, but I have to admit that I don't really know, as I never made it here that early. Conveniently, Sunrise Beach is probably the busiest beach on the island, lined with bars and cafes, so if you're in for an all-nighter, it's actually the perfect setup. You can party late and watch the sunset in the morning. Sunset Beach is, drumroll, a great place to watch the sunset. The beach itself is quite small, but there are rocks around it, and most people climb up and wait here for the sun to set, or rather to take pictures of it. Here is me blocking the sunset unintentionally on Sunset Beach. And Balo Beach. The best places tend to go by many names. I think it could be some sort of defense mechanism, a camouflage of sorts, so that not too many people find them. This is definitely true when it comes to Balo Beach. It's also called North Point, Karma Beach, and I'm pretty sure there are even more names in circulation. To me, this is the best beach in Koh Lipe. It has character, it has charisma, and it's very quiet. Most of the time, I found myself here alone, sitting under a small palm tree with a big book. And if you don't want to look at a book, you can look at Koh Adang. Koh Adang is a big island right opposite Koh Lipe, and this brings me to our next chapter. When, or rather if, you get tired of Koh Lipe, you will have quite a few options for a change of scenery without traveling too far. There are lots of smaller and bigger islands next to Koh Lipe. And as you're basically staying inside a national park, simply taking a boat tour around the area would be a very picturesque experience. The most obvious place to visit first is Koh Adang. You will be looking at this island pretty much throughout your whole stay on Koh Lipe. Koh Adang is known for a really beautiful viewpoint atop the Chado Hill. The trail is tough and you will need to really watch your step, especially in the rainy season. But once you climb up, you will have a bird's view of Koh Lipe and all the colors surrounding it. Koh Ton is an island known for its monkeys, which, as some TripAdvisor reviews say, can get aggressive if you don't share your food.
Oh, he's opening, look.
Koh Hin Nam is known for its legends. It is believed that this island is guarded by a spirit. The beach here is covered in peculiar-looking black and grey pebbles, and the legend says that if you take any rocks from the island, you will be forever cursed. But if you make a tower out of 12 rocks on the beach, all your wishes will come true. Koh Rawi is a short boat ride away from Koh Lipe and is as close to a Robinson Crusoe experience as you can get in the area. The island is completely uninhabited and is a perfect place for a day trip to ultimate serenity. So what is the best time to visit Koh Lipe? A lot of travel guides will tell you to come during the dry season, which is November to February. But if you're looking for a real island experience, I suggest going from July to October. The island is almost empty during this time, and you will have some of Thailand's best beaches all to yourself. Does it rain? Yep, sometimes quite a bit. But the rainy days don't last, and they have their charm, to be honest. Some of my best memories from Koh Lipe are the fun we had trying to manage the monsoon. How do you get to Koh Lipe? In the dry season, you will have several ways to get to the island. From Thailand, you can hop on a boat in the port of Pak Bara in Satun province. There are also boats to Koh Lipe from the islands of Phi Phi and Koh Lanta. You can also get to Koh Lipe from Langkawi in Malaysia, also by boat. This sounds like a fun way of traveling to Koh Lipe because you will be going through passport control right on the beach. But that's in the high season. In the low season, the only way to get to Koh Lipe would be taking a boat from Pak Bara. So, are there any drawbacks to experiencing island life on Koh Lipe? According to Google Map reviews of the island, and yes, there are Google Map reviews of Koh Lipe, there are a few. First, Koh Lipe is far, so if you are flying to Bangkok and looking for a day or two of island life, traveling all this way can be problematic. Second, some people say that the island is too cute, and I'm using air quotes here. There isn't really much going on except for the beautiful beaches, reggae bars and sunsets. And I would agree, if you're looking for full moon parties or a more active island experience, there are lots of other options to look into. Third, overpriced. A lot of people say that Koh Lipe is overpriced. Everything on the island is more expensive than on the mainland, and this is true. Prices on Koh Lipe are indeed higher than in most places in Thailand. You will also find a limited supply of some things, for instance fruit. The only fruit I was able to find that wasn't sold as a smoothie or a milkshake was rambutan. In fact, this became my go-to everyday fruit. Once we bought 3 very expensive apples on the shopping street, and to be honest, that experience has left me scarred. So yes, things in Koh Lipe are expensive, but you have to factor in how far the island is from the rest of the world and how much work it is to bring in all the supplies. It kind of makes sense. This is just something you will need to factor in when planning your trip. But here's my final 2 cents. If you get a chance to visit Koh Lipe, do it. I'm almost certain that this is the island experience you will not regret. It shows you a quieter, more down-to-earth Thailand. It's a great place to come with your thoughts and worries and watch them melt into the sea, the sunset, and the scenery. That's island life on Koh Lipe. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next trip, with a latte of course. Have a great day.